Metabo HPT came out with a new 2 horsepower 36 volt plunge router. Cool part about this, you can use the battery or the adapter and make it corded. So your investment is going to stay true and be a long-term one. Beyond that, there's a great warranty on this tool. Now, I'm not a huge fine woodworker, but I'm gonna go through this tool the best that I can, give you some ideas how it's gonna work in different situations. Stay tuned. Metabo HPT set this guy up for absolutely almost anyone's use. It comes with a 1/2 inch collet installed and also a 1/4 inch collet. Now in my case, all my router bits are 1/4 inch collet and they're not that great. So I put in the 1/4 inch collet and tried to do the best I could to get you some horsepower or how this is going to actually work when it's pushed, but I'm not quite gonna get there. What I wanted to do was show you every little piece that comes with it if I possibly could. And I wanted to start out with this edge guide, which is super easy to install and it just works well. So what I did here was a 3/4 inch straight bit just running across and going about a 1/2 inch into the wood. Let's cut to that and you can listen. And although this is not something that I use on a normal basis, this router is comfortable, easy to use, and it worked well going through that pine, although that's not a real huge power test. What I wanted to do next was use this more like I would in a normal situation, putting in some sort of recessed tow hook or anything inside a trailer. We do not a lot of it, but we do quite a bit of that if we're setting up our trailers. So I put in a 1/2 inch straight cut bit and just did a little bit of freehand with it, which again worked great, but let's take a look. While we're working inside the trailers and other things like that, it's nice to have some sort of dust collection system. And this guy comes with this clear hose, simply slides in here and goes in 2 screws and you have 2 hand nuts to screw on top. Simple, but in my case, I didn't have the correct vacuum here, so I had to put a longer extension on this, which kind of would be stupid, but I needed to get this checked out, so it's what I did because I didn't have all my vacuums at the shop at this point. So this guy was interesting in its use. Let's cut to that. So the dust collection is working excellent even with the extended hose on it and a smaller battery operated vacuum. The only thing that I noticed is the larger the circular hole that I was boring out per se, the less the dust would collect up. It seemed to want to go to a corner, and as soon as I got away from the dust with the bit and allowed it to be blown upwards, it would come up a little bit. But the reality was, as long as this was used in a smaller circular pattern, I had zero issue with it, and the dust collection was actually quite well. When you look in the bottom of the bucket, there's a ton of dust there, and I really didn't do much here as far as hollowing out a section of wood. So very impressed with the dust collection for that type of use, which I think a lot of people would use this with. And this dust collection system will also work with the pattern guide that comes with this unit, and also the other types of connections on the bottom for different types of cutting. But the kicker is, with the pattern guide in the small hole and your bearing and everything down there, you're going to have less suction coming through here. Either way, it is possible if it would work for your situation. Now, the next thing I want to do is try to run this unit a little bit through some hardwoods to say, hey, how's the power? And while I'm not really great at this, I let her rip. The reality here is, if you're a fine woodworker and need to know a lot about this tool, I'm just going to give you a brief overview, and you need to search for something else. But it does seem to have a ton of power. There is zero bogging going through there, and I'm running this at its 25K RPM, and you can adjust it from 11.5 to 25K with a dial. Zero issues. This thing seemed to have a ton of power, and it's not a huge router compared to some of them that we have. But it was very easy to control, and what I can compare it to when I'm using this guy and we're using the plunge setting and coming in to just take out a little area for a recessed tow hook. It's very comfortable, easy to move around. I like the way the grips are here, and it turns on simple. I like the trigger. And its braking is absolutely excellent, because the braking really comes on quick, and that's something that I like. Now, let's come in and take a quick look at this guy, and I'll show you around it. So when you're using it, you have a button here that you have to push in order to turn the unit on. And then you can also use that button to hold the trigger on. So you don't have to always hold the trigger on, but it is a little interesting how you push, let everything go, and then kind of let it in place. It's not as easy while everything is running, but it works quite well. Your plunge system here, easy to control with your hand, and you have a dial on the second side of this. That's basically, you have a turret system down here that you can make micro adjustments on with the 2 screws, and then you have one that's set in place. As this guy goes down, you can set your depth up for 0. Let me lock it in place here. And what we did is set this up for 15 centimeters, and there's inches that are on the other side. It's probably a little bit hard for the camera to pick up there. And then you can actually set your depth with this, although I'm still kind of old school where I'll set my depth and then check it. The edge guide, very simple to install. Goes in place. You can adjust it in multiple areas. Out here you have a little bit of a screw to adjust there, and there are springs on these lock nuts so they're not going to vibrate off. Very simple, very easy, nothing overly complex. There is quite a bit that goes on with a lot of different things. The collet locks over here. You can see I have the 1/4 inch collet in place. The 1/2 inch collet is here that I took out. They do supply you with a wrench, and if you were to use like your patterning guide, I do have the 2 screws in here already. This guy would go right in here, fit in, and then you could use it. Again, those 2 screws wouldn't go in with the patterning guide. You'd use the screws that come with it. But what happens here with this is you put in your dust collection system with the screws that are in it, and then they have these little hand bolts or nuts that would go in here, and it's tight to get into, but it's very easy with the knurling around the edges just to screw those on. And there's 2 of them. It's going to take a little bit more than the time I have on camera and the view that I have to get those in there. Basically, you have a very nice router that is easy to hang on to, easy to use. The plunge settings are easy to get to. I think Metabo HPT knocked it out of the park with this based off the battery platform that you can use, which it comes with, or this model, this kit, came with a 2.5 amp hour 36 volt battery. This would be a 5 amp hour 18 volt battery. And for what I've done with it, which is quite a bit more than what I've shown on camera, you know, I'm only down 1 bar. So the runtime is going to be absolutely excellent. Realistically here, your only thing that is not accessible when you're physically using this is your speed control, which is going to be up top. You can sort of get your thumb up to it once you're on and move it, sort of. Not exactly what I think you need to do. So that's nice that it's out of the way and easy to set up. So for me, for small jobs, cutting some Formica, beveling an edge, or plunge routing into a trailer a little bit too, just put in a connection that's going to be flush. This thing is absolutely way more than what I need as far as power, and it's got a lot to it that realistically I would never use, but there's going to be a lot of people out there that would use this. I have a whole bag here of different sized template things that go in with this stuff, and I just don't use it, and I apologize. This is I would say the full woodworking stuff is out of my realm. Again, I use this stuff, but I use it for different light duty purposes that are definitely not what this full guy is set up for. But what I do like is the comfort. As far as what I currently have, it's a plug-in model, and I do have the rigid model. The rigid model is a little bit smaller. I don't use the rigid model as much because I don't feel as controlled with it. This model here, I feel much more in control. I feel like I have a great view. As long as everything's working right and feeling good in that, I think that's what draws me to a tool. And this one definitely has that comfort in the feel for what I'm going to use it for. And I think most likely it's going to have that comfort and feel for more people who are going to be in fine woodworking also. But again, that's not me, so check that out somewhere else. I'll leave some information down below in the description on this one. This is newer, so it's going to probably be harder to get in these times with tools being fairly scarce in different areas. But this is going to be at Lowe's, so you should be able to check it out there. I'll leave some links in the description. As always, guys, please give us a like in this video, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for your time. Have a great day.